Hey, I'm here once again. How's everyone doing? This is Mike Gilcreast on the Mike Gilcreast Show. One and only yours true live. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina. This is our second podcast while we're here. You see my background's missing, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not in my regular studio. So I'm here, you know, going live and in person in the beautiful state of Columbia, South Carolina, city and state. And so we're here because, you know, it's so much that we're trying to do and you know, promote my book, promote my movie. We're doing that here. We're promoting the movie. Got so many people, you know, in the know. I mean, we're taking donations for the movie right here. And so we appreciated that. People are giving, helping us to, you know, reach their goal, you know, so we have half the money for the film. We're trying to raise the other half. And people are giving donations. And so appreciate it. I gave you the website, you know, for that as well. And so we just, you know, take it in stride, you know, so forth, so on. But I put the website up again, show it to you for a while and try to put it up again. Yeah, go online, check out the video and do give into the cause of a great, you know, movie that's being prepared. You're not going to be disappointed. And just say, you know what, I invested in that film. So please, you'll be able to help say, I invested in that film. But we're working hard diligently. I'm here in South Carolina promoting the movie. I'm here in South Carolina promoting my book. I'm doing book signings since we've been here since Monday. Tomorrow is Thursday, my last day here doing the book signing. We're almost out of hardbacks, and and I think I have a case of paperbacks left. And so we've been, you know, getting rid of the boxes and so forth, so on. And I'm glad people are taking an interest. People are so excited. I'm serious. They're so excited. I had a lady from Wisconsin, and she said, "I'm going to spread your book and tell everybody about your book." You know, all over there. She said, we're going to make it so publicized over in Wisconsin. And so appreciate that, you know, all the just free will folks are giving. Yes, my wife is coming. She's getting situated and stuff, and you probably hear it in the background. And so we just, you know, trying to get things moving on the up and up. You know, we've been tired too. And so hopefully you can't see that as much, but we've been tired trying to, you know, travel because we still got a little jet lag still from the travel since going to the Philippines, and we was right in the Dominican Republic before that, and then we drove all the way here to South Carolina, just over 8 hours, you know, to get here. So, boy, that's a lot. And so hopefully we get caught up. I got surgery coming up next week for my knee surgery. So I'm getting my bionic legs. I'm getting one at a time. So my legs will be bionic. That's joking, but yes, it's going to be artificial part of it. But you know, but it's going to be much stronger and better and all that other stuff. And so I thank God, you know, for that and be able to, you know, get my bionics working. I just call it the bionic leg, all right. And so dun 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 dun. Remember Steve Austin's $6 Million Man? They're going to add more money to me so I can be, you know, that dollar man. I'll be the dollar man. No, joking. But appreciate everybody as we go forth. You know, I'm trying to see if we got any shout outs to give you before going forth as well. And but we appreciate everybody and what they're doing. Folks coming online. I met a young lady at Walmart and beautiful young lady, seriously, and literally she's beautiful and really down to earth. And I love people that's down to earth. And I cannot recall her name, but she knows who I'm talking about. If she's online, give me a shout out, and I will be able to put your name out there. And I met someone else. And thing is, names you got to give them to my wife. She let me know, so to make sure that happens. But we're waiting for my other half to get here, and it should be shortly. So just trying to talk more about the relationship stuff. Let's talk, with my wife, and so and going forward, I want to hog up the show. I want to make sure that I don't neglect her piece that she wants to bring in whatever. But yeah. But she's she has supported everything I have done, and so I'm so glad to be able to say that and see support. Good, bad, and different. We in this thing. You know how you ride hard, die hard kind of thing, or what they call it, ride or die. So she's my ride or die, and so we just grateful for that. So as we go forth, so we got everything working. I'm setting volumes and everything up, and make sure that you could hear us and the way we're supposed to be heard. And so excuse that, I did not mean to do that, but anyway, we're here live and in person. So I was opening board. I have a small space to work, so I had to get behind to the board to turn my volume up. But we here live and in person, so hope you can hear me well, and hope you get your questions ready. Tell your friends, come and ask us questions. We've been married over 31 years and hit it for 32, and I've been married before, so I talk about issues with dad, married, divorce, so we want to hit it all. And so if it's, like I said, if we got a lot more questions, we do another show on this and go forth. And then we got new ventures that we're trying to go forth with as well, and new endeavors and new books and new authors and some new everything. I got, I'm trying to get fathers and daughters together as well to talk with them. I want to look at every part of the family, every part of the relationship, and let's talk about it, because our family structure is very, 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 oh my God, family structure is broken. And we have to get it restored, get it back, so we can have some sense of peace in our lives, so as we go forth. And so that's, pretty much it. But let's get it together and go from there. I kind of like, hey, Mel. Yeah, I'm waiting on you. And so as we go forth and go from there. Oh, I said that on live. Yeah, but it is what it is. I want to give a shout out to Linda, sister-in-law, and thank God for her. And so for Mike and Mel, you're about to see Mel in a minute as we go forth as well. So and go from there. All right. And so we've been talking about relationships and we know they're broken. We want things to get better and stuff like that. And there's a point I didn't talk about yesterday, but we're going to talk about that later in the show. Not too much later, but be able to get out, because I want people to understand, how we go through a lot of things in relationships. Some are traumatic, some are more traumatic than others. Some is abuse, some is just neglect, some is just I just don't know how. And for real, because some people, they don't know how to be husbands, they don't know how to be wives, and there's no training. But I don't know why people don't, try to find some sort of validation, some sort of a foundation where they're able to, help bring a sense of peace to their relationship, and so it's out there. And the thing is, even for myself, I was broken, before, getting into a relationship. I was broken. I did not know how to do a lot of different things. I didn't know how to, even minimize, confusion and bring my best self out. And so I wasn't able to do that until, we had like marriage counseling, and so once I got to marriage counseling, it gave me a better footing or a better sense of what's required of me. And I'll tell you, one of the things I think, not just me, but a lot of people fell at is learning how to love themselves. We've been through so much in our lives, and we don't always know how to love ourselves. Sometimes, we become the sacrificial lamb, like Jesus. We always take. And you may know what I mean, what I mean by that, right? And so even for myself, um, I took a lot, and generally most men take a lot in relationships, and they stay even if they're not happy. Men stay in relationships, and and I took, and I'm not understanding how things are supposed to be in that relationship, and so what I supposed to do or how I'm supposed to act like a man and this and that. I didn't know. I mean, that's why I said I'm the cause of my first marriage falling and stuff like that. Because really, I went into this with ignorance and not so much my second marriage, because I knew I did not know how to be a husband, but I wouldn't admit that, and then I wouldn't acknowledge it, and so you do what you do, and you think you're doing right, and you're not. Because how you know? Because in that relationship, or I can say me, I wasn't happy. Seriously, I wasn't happy, and not necessarily with the other person. I wasn't happy with myself. A lot of people are not going to admit that, but I wasn't happy with myself, and so because I didn't know how to do it right and be happy and work through issues and work through problems and do that, and so. I got married again. I was divorced, married again, and I look at this from a holistic point of view, because I was allowed to get or gather a second chance at marriage, and and the thing is, my second marriage was far better than the first, and the biggest part because I got a better foundation to that. I got a better foundation. I, was able to get stuff into me, wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And I learned, even through marriage counseling, I knew I did not know how to do it. But the marriage counseling helped me to identify some things that I was broken with, and it helped me to say, you know what? I didn't love myself. And the thing is, I didn't know how. I came from a broken family, and that's a lot of people. A lot of folks come there and like dudes miss they miss their dads, and so I came from a broken family. I didn't have the balance. My mom was there, and I had an awesome mom, but she did the best she could. She did the best she could, with what she was working with. And she didn't know how to be a man. So she couldn't give me that fatherly stuff. So my mom was the mom and the dad. I mean, she was an authoritative figure, the whole 9 yards. She kicked our butts for real. But I'm glad I got that, and with a dad, it was much closer. There's my wife. There she is. I moved the thing over, and so, she have to, women take longer than men too. It take longer than men to get ready. And every time I tell my wife that, she'll do her face like this, like, no, you didn't say that, but I was here first, right? So you're not late because of me. But we're here together. And I start the conversation, look and talk about the foundation. But seriously, we learned a lot about each other, and by doing marriage counseling. And then we had these exercise books. We had these exercise books that that we utilize, and some exercise we had to do by ourselves, and some we had to do together, and that was a good foundation for us, and and that was good, and so we did exercise, and it helped us to grow together. We were doing some exercise, and it's like, what do you think about this? And we asked each other questions, but it taught us on how to talk. And I'll move this down so you'll be able to see her face. It taught us how to talk and be relatable to each other, and so in doing that, the exercises, that was a good point. But that was a starting point. So we knew I'm a talker. And so if things wasn't right with me, I'll talk my way through it. It's like we're going to talk and hear it out. And it's always best to do that. Because even the Bible says we should not let our wrath, or we're upset, go down before you go to bed. Because some people don't wake up and you can't ask for forgiveness. And you don't want your soul to be eternally lost because you didn't ask for forgiveness. So you got to be sure that we all get it right, and as we do what we do, so everyone can be happy, because relationships, seriously, it should be a win-win. Not right, wrong, not 100, 100, not going to happen all the time. 50, 50, not going to happen all the time. 70, 30, not going to happen all the time. It's going to be imbalanced at some time. Sometimes she's going to win, I'm going to lose. Sometimes I'm going to lose, and she's going to win. And not so much lose, but not always have your way. And and maybe not this time, but maybe next time. And then she sacrificed. But it works its way out. You don't get to 31 years. We're 31 years old. And some people are married and they're unhappy, and they've been married 50 years. Some people have been married 25 years and they're not happy. And so you got to find the balance. And communication is a big key. You know, if I had to look at my marriage and say, what's the biggest problem in our whole marriage? Top 5 reasons people get divorced. You know the top 5 reasons people get divorced?
Most of them.
Name it. I'll fix what you don't have. What's top 5 reasons? And this is nationwide. This is worldwide. All right, top 5 reasons. Communication. That's 1. Sexual relationships. 2.
In-laws, outlaws.
Family. Outside of it, because it's supposed to be God, husband, wife, children, and then everybody else. Your mama, either mama don't come before the wife. Either mama don't come before the husband. Either mama don't come before your kids. And so you got to know the order. So family, in-laws, outlaws. Sometimes it's the outlaws because in-laws, because they're like, they don't get along. I don't like the daughter. I don't like the son. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like how you treat your kids. And it's not their business. It's the husband and wife have to determine how the kids get treated. But anyway, family. What's another one? Finances, money. These are top 5 reasons people get divorced or they don't make it. So you have communication, you have sexual relationship, you have in-laws, you have money. It's one more.
Can't think of it.
It's easy. We do it every Sunday. Do it every Wednesday. Tuesday.
Not spirituality.
Well, religion. All right. Top 5 reasons. She knows them all. All right. Those are 5 reasons people get divorced. And we figured that out early on. You know, look it up statistically. That's it. You know, sex, people, you sleep on the couch. Like that's nonsense. You sleep on the couch. People go through this stuff, but the thing is, because I'm saying it how it's supposed to be, your relationship may not be there. And then to get there, it may not happen overnight. But we should always get there. You can't say, "Oh, Mike, he's a bishop, so he said we got to come together and have sex." No, you got to work it out in your relationship, and the woman have to get there without feeling animosity, and then she get with her husband. And so we giving this to you, firsthand, from me and my wife. And so and then biblically speaking, because even the Bible says a wife shouldn't deny the husband, and the husband shouldn't deny the wife. And sometimes you might be tired. I might be tired, and so the man might be tired. The woman might be tired. And so, but you got to figure it out to keep the relationship going forward, and that keeps infidelity out of your marriage, infidelity out of your life. And, people want to talk about us. People want to talk about us, about our relationship. And the thing is, I've been married. I've been in the field. I've been a single. I always talk about that. I almost had 4 women pregnant at the same time, and that's before my wife. And my wife will let you know in a minute, because somebody asked my wife today, "How'd you deal with all that, with him having all these women?" And they asked her. I was silent. I was actually silent, and she was telling them. Right? What'd you tell them? I'll let her say it. When they asked you that question, they asked my wife that today, and this question always comes to my wife, like, this guy had all these women. How'd you deal with that? And she tell them how. You tell them, because they want to hear you. They don't want to hear me. Oh no, they want to hear me. But anyway, go ahead. They want to hear you.
I told her most of it was before me. I came in as the cleanup woman.
Oh, look. Y'all remember that song, "The Cleanup Woman"? It's a woman's due. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I came in as a cleanup woman, trying to make sure that he get on track. 'Cause a lot of things he was doing was out of, I would say, just being young and just making a lot of silly mistakes
I
because
was
of,
immature.
yeah, immaturity.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. And you knew what? I like her to say this part. I like her. This part right here. Tell him, tell him. And you knew what?
I also knew they would be gone.
She knew she was going to be the woman, the only woman. She knew it. That's bad when you know you're going to be the only woman in a relationship. Thing is, she's the only woman I never cheated on. Seriously. The only woman. I've cheated on everyone else. And I'm not wearing a bad, I'm just being truthful. And a lot of people are not truthful. I don't have nothing to hide. And the thing is, I've committed my life to her. The thing is, she brought me to a sense in my mind where it's like I didn't want to cheat. It got old. I felt guilty. I told my wife on our wedding night, that the day we got married, 30 plus years ago, that I had affairs and this, that, and other. And I told y'all I was going to bring up another subject. So since we're here, right. And so I told her, and she forgave me and never rubbed it in my face, never held it against me. And look how strong we are. Because the thing is, she could left me and give it to the next guy. And the next guy could have got with 50 other women and then cheated on her, never told her the truth and this, that, and other. And at some point, some guys get it right later on. Some guys get it right, doing the relationship. And some guys probably would never get it right, but she knew the potential I had. And she told me, said, you're not even on top of your potential. But the thing is, even after she forgave me, and I told you, this is what I didn't bring up yesterday. And I'm only going to give you pieces of it because I want you to read the book because it's the stories in the book. And so she forgave me, seriously. And it almost happened again. I almost had another affair on, not on my wife, but her as my wife. So she was my fiance the first time. And the thing is, I wasn't even trying to get with this other woman. I wasn't, right hand to God, I wasn't even trying. I wasn't going after her, none of that stuff. And she was coming after me. She had met my wife already. My wife she was coming to the Pentagon. I was at the Pentagon 30 years. And so she came up a lot before all this security, it got real secure. Normally she could come in, show her ID and just pop up in my office. They changed the security. I had to go get her. She had to be escorted because all the rules changed. But she came to my office and met the girl, met the office and met people. Some of the people came to my wedding. But this girl was working for me. I hired her and stuff like that. And she met her. And so everything was cool. So we talking. And I don't know, because women compete, right? And this girl took a liking to me. And I understand it because, I just have that appeal or whatever, especially back in the day. But, anyway. But I'm joking, but serious, and she kept doing things, and I'm trying to be the good husband because my wife then forgave me and gave me another chance, and and I'm like, I'm trying to be a good guy, and this girl, I have the cabinets above my desk, she'll reach over my cabinet and her body be on me, and I'm like, what is she doing, And that was cool, and we got past that, and then she had just oh my God, like lean over me or something. She had touched me in some way or rubbed my shoulder because I sat here, she sat right behind me, and then she had turn around, and time and again she had take her legs and put her legs on top of my lap, and I'm like, oh Jesus, so I'm trying to push that away and block it off. And I went home and I talked to my wife about this, and trying to, figure this thing out. 'Cause I wasn't used to that. And I'm a man. Most guys be like, I'm not telling, I'm her supervisor, right? And she's, what's that word called? When women keep coming on to you and coming on to you. She was very flirtatious with me. And I'm like, I'm trying to be strong, da, 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 da. And so, case in point, I tell you like this because you got to read the book. we came this close, and then it was nothing. And so I'm like, you got to go. So her time was close to expiring, so I let her time expire. And then, um, you know, they had a picnic. I took her to the picnic, and that's another story. But I'm not going into details. You got to read the book. And but the short of it was, I told my wife, I said I wasn't even trying to mess with her. I wasn't trying, but she kept being provocative. That's the word with me. She was really provocative. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, how do I deal with this? Because to be the player of the dog, I wasn't used to women coming to me. I was used to being the one conquering the women. And so that was, it was unsettling for me. So that was different for me. And so her time finally got up, and I escorted out the building. And because she had to be escorted because I took her badge and her time was up. And I never report her because, I wasn't, trying to do that. But I went to my pastor and talked to my pastor about what was going on because I wasn't a bishop at the time. So that was all. And so I'll be the nice guy, and I'm giving her a hug to leave. So I hugged her. And when I went to hug her, she turned her face just in time and she kissed me. And I'm like, wow, she did not want to let go. But that was the end of that. And as soon as she left, I've never seen her again, never talked to her and stuff like that. And our relationship just blossomed after that. But I'm saying it's a lot of pieces that I left out, but I don't want to take that because tell you because it's in the book. And so you got to read the book to get the gist of the story. So I just paraphrase it. But when you read it, it's really, the book is really inspirational. And it's real. It's like the way I'm explaining it, I mean, it's real. That girl, for real, almost messed up my world, for real, my whole life. I'm a film producer now. I got movies, I got this, I got that. And all that would have went down the tubes. My book, I wouldn't even have a book. Me being a pastor, bishop, I mean, and that probably would never happened. And so guys don't realize this, but sometimes we're hooked up with the best woman possible to help us to get over that hump, to meet challenges, to become successful. I'm successful. I'm really successful. I mean, the multiple streams of income and this and that. I mean, I got a lot of things happening, working and moving, traveling the world, speaking over. I mean, and it's all because of my wife. Seriously, she supported in everything I did, and I'm like, I asked my wife myself, for real. This is not in the book, but I asked her. I say, why'd you stay with me? Why you didn't give up on me? Why you didn't quit? It is mind-boggling to me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, I for years, for decades, like seriously, we've been married 31 years. And I never felt I deserved her because how I was, because I didn't know how to settle down. I didn't know how to be committed to one woman. But that wasn't until I got in church. And after I got over that girl, that's in my book, it's like got past that. I was good ever since then. And so the thing is, even though I was in a bad situation with her, I look at that one, even though it was wrong, but I didn't initiate it. And that's why I could tell you wholeheartedly, because me and the girl didn't sleep together, but we were seriously this close. And I could tell people, I said, I never cheated on my wife. And the beautiful thing about the whole thing, and I don't live a life of regret. And my wife don't badger me. Yeah, remember you messed with that girl? Remember you did this? Remember? I don't get that. She don't bring all that heavyweight stuff to me. She literally forgave me. And she understood what happened. And even now, women seem like they're even more attracted to me. And my wife said, they ain't attracted to you. You're a film director. You go author. They want that money, So she let me know. She let me know they want that money. And Um, I don't do that. I'm not the sugar daddy. I've never been a sugar daddy. You got to be the one and only for me. Seriously, I can't do that. I'm not paying for sex and paying for this, and that's just never been my style. For the guy I used to be, and the way I was doing my thing like this, I that doesn't work for me. I'll tell you, I get women to be trying to rub my shoulder and my back, and I don't need that. I get a massage every night. That's people try to see how you're going to react to things, and I don't allow that to move me. I'm not easy to be moved to. You're a woman. I'm a man, and yeah, the beautiful girls out there. I'm attracted. I'm tempted by women, that kind of stuff. But it's nothing that I'm going to tread on and go after and mess up my world. No, I'm not that kind of guy. I have to be the pursuer. I got to be the guy to come after you. I don't do well with women coming after me, and so even with that case happening to me, I don't do well there. And so people might ask my wife how she do this and how she that, but she'll tell you. She here to tell you. I'm not holding a gun to her head. She she speaks her mind, and she feels safe with me. I mean, she was making more money than me. I'm just telling you how safe she feels. She quit her job just to be me. I'm like, I asked her, I say, you trust me? You quit your job making more money than me, and she gave up everything to be with me. Like if she don't love me, I'm in trouble. If my wife don't love me and I don't know she love me, I'm in trouble. Seriously. If she out to get me, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? And the thing is, she loved me, she trusts me, and she trusted God that and you can ask her, she's right here. Just put your questions in the chat box. If you look at the first link, it says Mike or Michael, and if you click that link and you want to come on live and talk, yeah, I'll bring you on live. You can talk and live, and they can see your face and stuff. If you want to just chat, you can chat. But the link is out there. Just click it, and I can bring you on. All you gotta do is click that link, and it's out there. There's the very first one in chat. And so we put it out. We want to bring an honest thing, because for couples to talk to couples and be real about it. I mean, we need this. And people fake. People, don't you think people fake? They act like they happily married, and in front of people they happily married, but outside of people, they not happy. Yeah, you go home like, oh my God. And then I hate it when women say, and don't use me. I'm telling you, do not use me. I'm a pastor, I'm bishop. Don't tell your husband, how come you can't be like Bishop Gilcreast? The thing is, you don't want to be like me. You want to be like you. I mean, we had our own challenges. People look at y'all a beautiful couple, but listen to our stories. You don't just become a beautiful couple. You have to go through challenges, hard knocks, just to get there. You got things to go through in life, to get there. And some women, I'll tell you, how many women out there would deal with and do me like my wife did me? And the thing is, hands not going up. People not gonna raise their hand. Oh, I would have did that, Pastor. I would have did that, Mike. No, you wouldn't. You've been cussing me out. I mean, seriously, you'd be like, you ain't getting none of this. You go and be with that woman you was with. I mean, that's how girls roll. I'm telling you, I didn't have to deal with none of that. And I'm fortunate. A lot of guys, I got dudes that tell me, hey, Mike, man, I can't do that. I know of men right now who cheated on their wives, and they not happy like me. They don't have the freedom that I have. Seriously, I know men right now, today. I know men that's been cheated on by their wives, for real, and they wanted their wife back. I had a dude at one of my book signings, and the dude said, you know what? He said, he brought my book and he said, can I talk to you? I told y'all this on a different podcast. He said, can I talk to you? He said, my wife cheated on me, And he said, I want her back. And the dude was sad. He said, I want her back. And he said, but the thing is, she didn't cheat with a man. You see what I'm saying? He said she cheated with a woman, but I want her back. So I'm telling you, we're talking about our story. people are going through turmoils, trials and tribulations. People got it way harder than I do. Mine was almost. I'm talking about people that actually happened. I got women with crying tears talking about my husband cheated on me again. You know what I mean? I'm talking about my life, but I'm telling you everybody else's life because that's relative to what we're talking about right now, what folks go through. And so we're able to talk about it openly in a free space to let that there is success in relationship if you want it to be. You could be miserable if you want to be. You could be unhappy. You could be untrusting. You could keep him on the couch. A man, I'm telling you, as a man's only going to be on the couch for so long. So if you care about your life, your relationship, and your marriage, then you got to learn the Bible way. And the Bible says, do not defraud your husband, which means if he wants to have sex, you have sex. And so you got to look at, I got a headache. You got to have sex and go from there. And then if you want to have sex with him, he can't deny you. He has to have sex. Because sometimes dudes don't want to be bothered. Don't be like guys. Sometimes if guys be honest, they don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want you to touch them the whole 9 yards. They don't want to be bothered with you. But from a guy's perspective, you can't deny her. Because I'm telling you, either one, you can go out and you shouldn't threaten each other. If you don't give it to her, I get it somewhere else. You can't do that because that's not love. That's not relationship. You're not even trying to make it because a guy wouldn't trust you. You can't say that. Or the woman can't say that. The woman can't say it. The man can't say it because you bring insecurities to that relationship. And that's not going to work, right? You can't say it. You got to be able to say that. You got anything to say for that? Because sex is a hard thing, and some people don't want to talk about it, but it's part of life. You go to the doctor's office and they say, take off your clothes. And so you're in an intimate position. Your body's exposed. And some doctors are bad. We not even talk about those such. I'm not even going there. I'm just saying. And so sometimes you got to have a chaperone in the room. So because the doctor, as he's looking at you, make sure that, things are right. You can ask for a chaperone. Some people ain't right. One lady was raped at a dentist's office. The dude put her to sleep at the dentist's office and handled his business. And so doctor, not just doctor, medical doctor, dentist. So it's stories out there. It's so much things happen out there. You have to be able to be open and sharing things in your relationship. So what do you think? How important is sharing, like communication, like me telling you about this stuff? How important is that to you being a woman?
It's very important. An open line of communication helps to stop the devil in his tracks. And one thing about it is the devil, we know the devil is cunning, and anything that is good and worthwhile or have potential to succeed, those are the relationships he really attacked the most. And so that the Bible says, if you resist the devil, he will flee. He will go to the next house because he know he can't mess with your house. And so one thing about it, if you encounter someone that is trying to come in between you and your spouse by doing these touchy feeling things, you have to nip that right away. You can't just tell the devil, oh, just get away from me. That ain't gonna send the devil away. You gotta say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I had somebody to try to at my job give me a massage. I looked at him. I turned to whip my head around and was like, you better get your hands off of me. But I didn't even have to say nothing, but my look told him, you better go somewhere. And so he never tried it again. That's why you can't just be petty, be gentle with the enemy. You gotta come strong, because if not, he gonna keep coming and keep coming, just like the girl did with you. She kept coming at you because you didn't have that enough authority to let her know that you're not playing. And so you gotta come at the devil with power, not like you intimidated of the devil. You gotta come and you gotta show the devil that you ain't playing. And so
I was intimidated. I was caught off guard. That was just she like the dude touch you. I mean, I was caught off guard. I wasn't intimidated. It just I'm like, how do I do this? Because I'm used to being the aggressor. I'm used to being the guy, going after the woman. I always been that guy. I mean, shoot, I wasn't. Girls don't scare me. I mean, I'm not like, oh, don't touch me. I was a ladies' man, girl. I was running. I was macking. So it wasn't that. She just caught me off guard because I wasn't used to that approach, and that was more of that. So
okay,
yeah.
she caught you off guard, but it shouldn't have been off guard. You can't be off guard 2 and 3 and 4 times.
Yeah, but the next time it happened, I was at the Pentagon. I was at my desk, and remember the girl, I ain't gonna call her name, but she came to me and started massaging me. Cause this girl was interested in me. I took my wife to the baseball game, and what the girl asked me, what'd she say? Our whole office went to the baseball game. I was working at the Pentagon. We was going to see the Washington Nationals. And I told my wife, and my wife wanted to go, so she went. And I'm sitting with my wife. What did the girl tell me? The one that massaged me. And I told her, I said, that's the girl that massaged me. Because I came and told you. And I told her to stop, then, because I learned from the first time. But women, I'm telling you, several women, I'm at the Pentagon, and they call themselves massaging me. And I said, this girl just massaged me. And I told my wife, and it wasn't just her, it was another one. They just come to your back and massage you. I don't know if that's a thing with women, but it's happened far too many times. But anyway, go ahead. Where she tell me? We was at the Nationals game, and my wife sitting next to me, and the girl said, what? What'd she say?
Oh, Mike, come sit by me. Sit right here.
She told me to leave my wife and come and sit by her. Now, what kind of sense does that make? And she wasn't ashamed about it. Some women don't care. I ain't leaving my wife to go sit by no woman. Let's see what question we got out there. All right, ask your question. I'm gonna go through a couple of them right down, and we keep talking. All right, and this says, I believe a person should love themselves before they can love someone else. What is your take on that? Well, I didn't know that at first. People were loving me, and I didn't even know to love myself. And but you're right. You should love yourself. Once I learned that, the way I talk now, far different because I love myself. I wanted to kill myself, seriously, because I didn't know how to love myself, and for other reasons as well. And once I started loving myself and understanding, how I'm supposed to love myself and put myself in the right place of life, position, I was able to make better choices. So that's 100% right. You got to love yourself before you can love others. That way you can understand love. I don't want to deny myself anything, but I don't want to deny the person I'm in love with anything. You see what I'm saying? So that should be a parallel there where we're on the same page. Is what I can give myself, I can give my spouse. And so yeah, very good question. That was a very good question. All right, and so another question, right? Ask your questions because we here and then we're gonna be gone, right? So should a person learn to respect the power of love? Well, you want to answer that one?
What's that one?
Should a person learn to respect the power of love?
Yeah, you always respect the power of love. That's respecting one another. And so if you have respect for one another, you have that respect of the power of love. So yes.
All right. Because if you don't build your love on, and love is the foundation, you build everything else on it. I go to work because I love my wife. I got up this morning because I love my wife. I didn't cheat on her because I love my wife. I didn't cheat on her because I love God. If you don't have love as the foundation, because God is love, right? What do you really have? And so if you don't respect love or the power that comes from it, to say a mother would die for her child, a husband would die for his wife. If you don't have that, then you don't have anything. Seriously. And so either you have love and love conquers all, or you have nothing. Like my wife is my ride or die, good, bad, and different. When we first got married, she didn't know the Pentagon, she didn't know the way, and this, that, and the other. And she had to pick me up one day. and she had no communication because they didn't really have cell phones back then. We ain't had this technology back then, and she got lost trying because if you at the Pentagon is no standing, you can't just sit your car there and whatever. You got to keep it moving. So she got off and went to exit and she got lost, and then she told me she said I got lost, but I found you. She came and found me. You see what I'm saying? Without directions, but I'm saying when you're in love, you go through whatever mountain, valley, whatever to get to there, to keep that love satisfied. She's like, I ain't losing my man. She said, I found you. She told me, she found me. So I'm telling a story of what happened 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago, seriously. And that's when we first got into it, but she since learned it. We since got GPS now and learned way, but the Pentagon, the traffic around there is hard to deal with it. But she figured it out. I bet you that. And so I'm telling the story on what love, it pushes you to, child, you be tired, but you go to work, I'm tired. You keep whatever to keep the family going, to keep the family strong. You do these things. Like me and my wife, we take a vacation, to just give us a peace of mind because our life is so busy. And so I tell her all the time, I say, we work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard, work hard. That's my motto. It's a saying for people, but I actually live that. Because me and her literally work hard. We're tired, but we push it because we love what we're doing. We love the energy. We love the synergy. We love the things happening, the lives of people changing. We're making a difference. We're impactful. My life is speaking to people, people looking at us. People look at our relationship as an example to follow. People like, I'm doing my relationship like y'all. That's a big responsibility they put on us, for real. But they love how we interact. They love this relationship. Somebody told us today, they said, y'all a beautiful couple, right? You remember the lady, she said that? And, but people love the energy we put out. I'm so relaxed. I look at my life, I'm not looking back like, my wife upset with me. She's thinking about how I almost cheated and she not treating me right. She don't have flashbacks, and so I never been pressed to be with a woman. But the thing is, I'm in a relationship now. I'm here because I want to be. Not because, I'm pressed, I'm desperate, this and other. It's like we bring our own balance to this relationship. And then we praise God together. We worship God. We read the Bible. I mean, we do Bible classes. We doing all these things. We talk about God. We play, what's that flashcards? What's the name of that game? The flashcards. It got the scriptures or something on it. What's the name of that?
I don't know the name of it. It's just scriptures on the card.
So scriptures on card.
And I just call it scripture talk.
Oh, we call it scripture talk, right? So it gives you a scripture, and you're supposed to give the verse. And then I say, I try to explain I say, I know that's Proverbs. I can't tell you the chapter, but I know it's in Proverbs. And so we talk like that, but we, pretty much we be on it and talk about where it came from, but it teaches us to be strong in the Bible. But we're doing it. We're doing exercises, growing our relationship together. So marriage is not just love, sex, cooking. We travel. My wife is my best friend. I got best friends, but she's my best friend. I don't need to be with my boys. We don't have a boys' night, a girls' night. Because when you have boys' night and girls' night, your relationship is bound to get in trouble. Seriously. Because somebody's going to do it wrong. Somebody's going to, challenge you to do it right. Here it is. She got, we drove up here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this the card game we play. It's called Power Cards, but it's all scriptures, the Bible. We do this. We're driving, and she'd ask me, what about this scripture? And we'd go through this motion, that motion, and or we're going over the script for the play, for the movie that we're doing. We're always interacting. When I was in school, she'd quiz me. I'm taking a test and she'd quiz me. What about this? What about that? She's always been interacting in my life. If I look around, when I go to bed tonight, she gives me a massage. I'm like, why in the world I want these little rinky-dink massages and people think I need attention? My wife give me that attention and then some. And so she always already on guard. See, women get in these relationships, and you could co-sign, but you get comfortable. And the guy like, I need some attention. Women don't think men need attention. Excuse me. Some guys rub the woman's feet. Some guys rub this. We touchy feeling throughout the day. We keep things intimate. We're romantically involved, and I'm like, we keep things going. I always tell her how beautiful she is, And the thing is, she's beautiful to me, and that's all that matters, And other people are like, oh, your wife is beautiful. That's nice. That's nice gestures and stuff people give us. But long as she's beautiful to me, it's on the own. You know what I mean? It's on the real. And you keep it rolling and stuff like that. But I don't have wandering eyes. I'm not looking for that next Mrs. Gilcreast, I know how to divorce, get married again and stuff if I want to. And the thing is, but what fun is that? To keep getting married, keep doing that. I done got 31 years in here. I don't want to look at the next woman and say, oh, maybe where I get 31. I'm getting older. I ain't got time for that. And so that's why I'm so real in our relationship. I talk to my wife, and she allowed me to come. And even if I had a moment, I tell her, say, babe, I had a moment today. And I'll discuss it, and we'll look at how to get stronger and this, that, and the other. Because marriage is a work in progress. You don't act so. You don't just get there. You're always working. The devil's, like my wife was saying, the devil's always busy trying to find ways to bring you apart. And we find ways to strengthen it. If I have a moment, I tell her, and whatever. She don't be having a moment. She'll be like, I thought this dude was so fine. She'll say a dude's nice looking. I don't care about that. I say a woman's nice looking. She don't care about that. I can speak my mind, and she's not like, go be with her then. Go do this then. We don't do those kind of things. I can be honest to her. And she loves that. She loves for me to come and talk to her. And y'all can ask her that. Let me see if there's another question on here. All right, so I don't want to miss any question. What about this one? It says, that's a true statement. Never go to bed upset. Oh, somebody know about that one. Yeah, that's actually scripture. That somebody may, something may,
That's something my grandfather taught me at the age of 8.
So somebody was getting taught this at the age of 8. See, she helps me out. I'm stuck on that. And she read right through it. That's what she does. She interprets things for me. So when I'm stuck, she'll smooth it out for me. So, because it's saying, like, man, I don't get that. She said, this means that. And I'm like, okay. And so some stuff be like over my head, because I'm like, I like to hit it, but she helped break it down for me. But that's good. That's good. And you got to do that. You got to practice that. People, I'm telling you, you'll live longer. You won't have diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart attacks because you learn to talk and relax. People go to bed mad. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to bed upset, man. I may be disappointed. It might be a conversation we table, but it's to a point where we're able to go to sleep and move forward. All right. And so you have to figure out what works. All right. Any more questions? Because I ain't gonna be here all night tonight. All right, let's see this. I believe the soul of a woman remain. Read that for me, because I'm tired. Anyway.
I believe the soul of a woman will remain and the flesh will fade at the end of time. So what's more important?
Such as, I don't get that one. You want to answer?
That was to your incident at your job.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen. Because really, on the real, there's more women than men. And women are going to challenge every successful relationship. And don't get me wrong, men going to challenge relationships too. But they both do it. I know some men, they only date married women, for real. So men would do the same thing. And the thing is, you got to know what you're made of, for real. You got to know who you are. And every woman out there that have female body parts and stuff, it doesn't mean it's good. A woman has a vagina, so what? We make a big deal out of it, and then we cause more pain to our life because a woman has woman parts. It's value based on the desire of it. But I'm telling you, I could look at a dozen type of women, and I want nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. And so it's really a lot of women out there I wouldn't even touch. For real, I wouldn't even touch. for real. And so when we look at stuff like that, because it exists, I'm just not there. I mean, I being Mike Gilcreast, I have to literally be attracted to you, and I'm not attracted to everybody out there. And so people are trying, they think they all this and all that. It doesn't draw my attention. I know what I like. And a lot of times my taste is if you look at 100 guys, it's only 3 or 4 guys that actually like my style of women. Because everybody, we like different things. My style doesn't mean it's right for everybody. It's just right for me. Your style don't mean it's right for everybody. It's just right for you. And you take that, you press, put together, and go ahead. All right. And so that's where that. But yes, it's going to happen. People are going to try to tempt you, for you. I always use the example of President Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, Monica was working at the Pentagon at the same time I was, and so all this was going on, all that affair and that conspiracy and whatever, right? And but if a woman can make the man holding the seat of a president fall down, come on, somebody, we in trouble. Women did it. Look at Eve back in the day with Adam, right? And so she did it to Adam, and that wasn't even about sex. She used her sexual voluptuous self, and she said, Adam, you're not going to surely die. And Adam disobeyed God, for real. And then we in this sinful mess that we're in today, And so it is what it is. But yeah, true statement. All right, I got it now. Look like last question, but let's talk about it. Men back in the day had a stronger romance. They did. Man, music was even different then, right? When it came to women, why have men today's society lost it when it comes to romance? You know what? I'll let my wife answer that. I got something to say to that. All right.
You need to answer this because you're a man.
Yeah. Oh, and you didn't really date. Okay. She said I'm more experienced than that, so she want me to ask. That's what she said. All right. I'm interpreting that. But anyway, check this out. Dudes don't romance women as much now because I'll tell you what broke it. Women's liberation. All right. Women want to have the same equal rights as men. And so men, they compete with a woman as they're competing with a man. A man is not looking for a partner. Two guys could be partners, and they can work together and get things long. But when a woman becomes like a man, then a man not going to feel the femininity, your feminine energy that you're supposed to be giving out. So he's not going to treat you the same. Be like, hey, girl, you got this one. He's not going to open the car door for you. I still open the car door for my wife, right? And she can tell you. You can ask her the question, And it's something I do. I feel I'm obligated to do. It's not something I gotta do, but I do out of just the character that I am, And so guys don't do that because the women don't act like women anymore. They're not soft. And they're hard, and then they got all this attitude, and then they have requirements on what it takes to be with them. They're like, he got to make this much money, he got to do this, he got to do that. Dudes don't want that. You sound like the dude's mom or the warden. You don't sound like somebody to love and trust your husband. You and grow with him. You're like, he got to make this. I want to live in this kind of house. I want to do this. I want to do that. I give my wife all that. Look how she's sitting. She don't work. She ain't got money coming in. She ain't doing none of that. I take care of this, because that's what I'm supposed to. She never asked me to take care of her. She never asked me to go to support her. She never asked me any of that. She just wanted to be my wife, and she had the option because she didn't mind working. Right? You didn't mind working, did you? Oh. He said, "Oh no, but you don't mind not working either, right?" You see that? And we having fun though. We're working together daily. We're at the book signing. We up going and stuff. She's promoting. People look at my wife like she crazy. They said, "You supporting your husband like this?" It tells me a lot of women don't support their husband, and dudes want their woman to support them. And that's why they don't romance her. I'm like, if I look at my wife and she's tired, I say, "Babe, you want to go out to dinner?" And I take her out to dinner just because she's tired. Not that we don't have food, and I can take a picture of my freezer and show we got food in the freezer. We got a freezer, a tall one, and a deep and a regular fridge, and that's a big one. Double doors, bottom tray full of food. We got food, ain't that? If I take care of my wife in the world, I ain't trying to work her fingers to the bone, and then I want to spend time with her and this and that. I take care of her, and it's easy for her to give it back to me because she knew what kind of person I was. She knew the character. I wasn't giving her that energy. She trusted that I was gonna, be into her and provide for her and take care of her. Even with the past I have, she knew there was a different side to me. I didn't even know it. I didn't know I was gonna be this kind of guy. I'm not him pack. I'm not this, that, and other. I'm not sugar. I'm the man for real. But she the one when I met her, and I told y'all the story. I was doing one of them series. I don't know, one of them, baggage things. I was telling you how, when I came home when I first got married to her, and I'm like, this should have been done. This should have been done. I'm the man in this house, and she came back just as subtly, and she said, "A king does not have to say he's a king." Whoa! She blew me out the water. And she was just calm. I don't need to say I'm the man of the house, because that shows my insecurity. She said, if I'm really the man of the house, why do I need to say it? Amen. You like that? You like that? Give me a kiss. Ah, yeah. Oh my God. We gotta go. We gotta go, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, a lot of the family values are not in place because a lot of men are not in the house, and so a lot of men don't know how to romance because they wasn't taught. And yeah, so a lot of men don't know how to romance because they wasn't taught, because it's a lot of there's a lot of broken homes where the men are absent. And it's like I had to teach our boys. I taught them how to open the door, and even our grandson, he'll open my door if Mike is not around. He'll come around and open my door for me. So it just wasn't taught, and so a lot of men, they are even asking Mike to write a book for them on romance.
Yeah. So when you figure it out, you figure it out. And the thing is, I love the person I become, and I would never just write a book straight up for a man or a woman. I'm using the book I have, and that way people can't copy me. I'm using my story already and incorporate that into the book. And so the woman's book is moving along, and so I can't wait till I'm done with it, because I want to put it out there because I think that book's going to be big. I mean, like really, really, really big. And so I'm so excited when it get out, and it's going to blow your mind, seriously. And then I got women supporting me to write that book, and you're going to see that as well. And so that's awesome. It's dynamic, and I think the guy's going to do the same thing once I get to that. But guy's not going to believe you. I was doing the guy's book first, and then I pushed it to the side and started the women's book because I think guys will believe that I'm real legit when the women start getting connected to, the story that I'm putting out about women when I write that book. And so when that happens, I think it's going to go viral for real. And so people ask me, when I don't get the book, I got people asking black, white, whatever, and ask me when the book coming out. So it's not just, people, everybody's asking me and wanting the book. And so I'm looking forward to that. Don't forget, November 19th, I will be in New York Times Square, on the billboard in Central Park. And it's a Grand Central Station, right? Where's it called? New York Times Square. Yeah, and so I'll be on the billboard with Les Brown. And then they'll show individual people, and you see my name up there, Mike Gilcreast. And so I'll be on that. And then I'll be up in New York again to do a book signing. And I should be on the same billboard up in Times Square. So y'all going to see that going forward with Les Brown, the first time and next time by myself with my book. And so you're going to see that. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm doing some great things. So I want to plug that in there. November 19th. And it's supposed to be streaming as well. So you might be able to pull it up on your Google or YouTube or something like that. And so you'll be able to see it live and in person. So, and then once I get the live streams, we'll eventually get that to my website, so you'll be able to see it on the website as well. So we're doing great things. We're moving forward and trying to, make this thing happen. I appreciate all the questions, and as we went forth, and y'all want me to bring my wife back again? Y'all let me know. Put it in the comments and stuff before we go off the air. And I thought it was very, inspiring and interjecting. It wasn't long. We didn't go deep. I thought you was going to ask a whole lot more questions. And so we're right here, and we don't mind giving this information. We're husband and wife. We're married. We're both pastors. We're both preachers as well. And so we're on the same page. And really, before we got here, remember when we first got in church? And we were saying two different things. We used to go at it all the time. We'd challenge each other back and forth. And then when it was all, because we learned so much, when it was all said and done, after months of disagreeing with each other, we finally realized we were saying what?
The same thing.
The same thing. Isn't that so? We were saying the same thing, but we came from two different places. So we were saying it, the same thing in different ways based on how we was brought up and to understand information. But it took us a while to figure it out. When we figured it out, we're like, oh, we got this. And so we was able to move forward. So I'm saying we had challenges too to help us to get to where we are, but we didn't mind overcoming it, so we overcame it. And so it is what it is. We got there. So I'm here. I am so excited, the stuff that we're doing, the book, movie, stuff like that. And pay attention to, the podcast and Instagram mostly. And I'll be on Facebook as well. But we're going to announce it when we start casting for my film, because even if you want to be an extra, and keep in mind, we're working right now trying to get permissions to do some filming in the Pentagon as well. So looking to do part of my movie in the Pentagon, and then when I'm in different locations like Tampa, Florida, and you say I want to be an extra in your movie, let me know. Tell everybody we don't get you extras. If we get some singing parts, we might bring some singers in, so forth, so on. So I got a group that if it gets to that, I want to bring that group into, from South Carolina to be able to, sing parts as well. So we got some great singers out there and things that we're trying to do go forward. All right. I really hope the questions was asked and answered. So we, if possible, if it works out well, then we can bring my wife back to talk and share her ideas and show her beautiful face to help me through this show, because her being here makes it easy for me to talk. Seriously, I just feel so much better because she's here, and I'm able to be energetic and to share because she's right here. And then people to ask her questions, and I love it seriously how she answers some questions, because I feel really good. I mean, she makes me feel really good, and how she look at me and share, how she feel about me. And she is not shy. Ask her anything about me. She's not shy to tell you, how she feel. She said a little bit. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And so that's that. All right. So that being said, all right, we're going to press on. Please let me know. Send your responses and let me know. If we may have her back. What's the next time we come on? So we have the date's Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, I'll be in a church. We have church services because I'm up here, and that's the last part of my time being up here in South Carolina. So I'm not going to be able to come online because we're probably not going to get out of church till like 11 o'clock at night. And and then we drive back Saturday. So Sunday. So let's look at Sunday, 8 o'clock next time we're on. Normally I'll be on in the evenings, and go from there. But yeah, appreciate everybody, and keep on keeping on. Keep your head up. Don't look backwards. Don't have regrets of choices you made. Enjoy life. Move forward. Don't look back, and don't hold grudges, regrets, and that type of stuff. Let the past be the past and move forward, because life is about getting better, having fun, and going from there. So that's what I want to say. So be encouraged, all right? And I always say faith connected to the power words bring forth the reality of God. And here, take a quick peek at our church information. You could take a picture of this as well, put it on your phone, blow it up. But that's our church in Florida. People always ask me, where your church at, where your church at? And if things go right, it's possible that I could build a church up here in South Carolina. So we say what happened, because I'm getting such wide variety of people that's asked me to get a church up here. And so if God see fit, then God want it to happen, and so be it. It'll happen and go from there. I want a church in Africa as well. And so I'm trying to do a lot of great things, but I know, with the help of the Lord, it's going to work out and go from there. But that's our church information. You feel the urge, stop by and see us. We're down in Oviedo, Florida. And we're having fun doing that. All right, with that being said, also, I think that's the last. Anything else come up, I'll keep you posted. But we plan to be back Sunday after around 8 p.m. and go from there. This stuff will get posted, later on. So enjoy the conversation, enjoy the questions. And, we're going to keep this thing moving, rolling, and pressing forward. So I don't know how to not succeed. I think God's blessed us to get where we are today. So, we just going to keep on, keeping on as well. So appreciate each of you, and keep on, keep it on yourself, keep your head up. Encourage that person you love. Encourage your wife, encourage your husband. Out of the blue, just tell them something nice. Even if you've been arguing, just say, you know what, I appreciate you, I love you. Just bring out stuff that's simple. It don't have to be that strong, but just simple to let them know you care about them. That's important. We need more love, and relationships start building up. And plus, our kind of love. We want you to know love is real, all right? And so it works for everybody, all right? Appreciate you.
God, you taught me to trust you. You show me how to believe. You're the author and the finisher of what you started me. So I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm gonna hold on to peace. 'Cause if I